So the clowns over at Rooster Teeth have become more desperate than ever. At this point now, they are deleting older content that they find to be problematic to appeal to the clown mob. This is absolutely absurd, and yet again, Rooster Teeth, this is not going to end well for you. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So Rooster Teeth, yet again, is digging a bigger hole for themselves than they had before, because now they're deciding to go over their old content, review it, and go, this is problematic. So they're either A, going to delete it, or they're going to have a, right before a disclaimer. Rooster Teeth, this is so idiotic. You want to talk about some of the stupidest stuff? This this is one of them that's up there that's like, man, you couldn't become more idiotic as a company and dig a bigger grave for yourselves now, could you? I don't think anyone's surprised. So, this is what they stated. Hi everyone, today as part of the broader representation and inclusion goals of our company, we are reviewing our content library and removing some videos we no longer feel comfortable hosting on our platforms. We took an honest look at 17 plus years of videos, many of them made live and uploaded on a daily basis, and concluded some do not fit the values of Rooster Teeth today and are counterproductive to the work we are striving to do to be more inclusive of all people. We aspire to entertain our existing community. Oh, I love how they say existing community. Existing. Because that's like awareness right there of stating, we've been losing people, but here's our existing community. I mean, you just hurt yourself in your own statement there, Rooster Teeth. Existing community, because you know that it's decreasing. Oh, that's hilarious. While fostering connections with a diverse audience, any content that doesn't belong on our platform, this review is ongoing. Over time, we will also edit videos, provide disclaimers where appropriate, and continue to remove content if we so choose. Yeah, you see, you're just censoring yourselves, which is actually ultimately hurting you more. But of course, leave it to Rooster Teeth to not realize that and pull another stupid move. I mean, seriously. Each and every time Rooster Teeth brings up something, well, what are they doing? They continue to bring up news that hurts them, not helps them. You know, they don't improve as a company. They don't learn from their mistakes. They continue to get worse. They learn to get worse. That's what they learn to do. They don't learn to improve. They learn to regress. And another thing is they bring up the whole, in June, we stated BLM and said we were working on a plan to ensure a more diverse, inclusive, and equitable Rooster Teeth. Here's the thing about Rooster Teeth. Just like many of these other companies, they don't stand for what they say they do. They don't believe in it. They just use it for marketing purposes. And that's what Rooster Teeth has also done. They don't stand for anything they say they do. They just use it as a marketing ploy like all these other companies do. That's what they do. They use it as a marketing ploy to try to make money off of people. That's all they care about. They don't care about any movements or, trying to help people out. They just care about taking money from people. That's what's important to them. So they'll say they stand for so-and-so, when in reality, they're just using it as a marketing ploy. And we've seen Rooster Teeth and many other companies do this. So in the comment section, you can see that people were like, oh yes, I agree with you, Rooster Teeth, put a disclaimer at the beginning, or oh, delete the video. People just shilling hard for them. But there was one comment that stood out that I thought was actually brilliant. And this is what this person stated. Looks like I will be leaving this woke subscription. I am in awe that South Park still exists and is more free than you, Rooster Teeth. Have fun offending no one. Don't forget your pacifier and a dose of the real world. You see, they've been losing subscriptions. There you are yet again, Rooster Teeth. Failing as a company yet again, because all you do is you want to pander to the clown mob. You don't care about your real fans that have actually supported you for years. You don't mind throwing them out. But of course, they pander to these clowns that don't support anything they do, don't support their content, don't provide to help them. These are the people they want to appeal to. And you see, this is the problem. You see a bunch of companies trying to throw out their audience, and these were people that supported them for a long time. And then what happens? Companies go broke. Because they decided, oh, well, let's go woke, and then they went broke afterward. That's what happens to these companies. Now, there was some really good statements from these people on Twitter as well, because some people were coming out on Twitter. There was a bunch of shills on Twitter, but there were a few that came out, made some good statements like these. Damn, might as well take down the first, 6 seasons of Red vs. Blue, if that's the case. What happened to this company, lol? It's not the company, it's the fact humanity has grown too self-aware, lol. We are no longer able to differentiate jokes and seriousness. It's weird, no satire jokes are welcomed anymore, just censoring stuff. And that's the thing, there's plenty of companies, what are they doing nowadays? They censor things because they're so, oh, well, this is going to be offensive, it's going to hurt people's feelings. That's the thing. It's like you can't even joke anymore. You can't even joke anymore without being like, oh man, it's going to offend somebody. Good jokes, it's like they're just gone nowadays. I mean, that's the big problem. People are so afraid of bad jokes. And, I think another reason, now this is my take on it, but another reason why I think Rooster Teeth may be doing this is also because, they're teaming up with Hollywood, the Snake's Den, where there's a lot of criminal activity that goes on behind the scenes there, because Hollywood is very corrupt. And I think that they're deciding that, oh, well, we cannot offend Hollywood. We got to appeal to them in the best way possible. So they believe they're probably taking down their older content or putting disclaimers to appease to Hollywood. Hollywood and their woke standards. I wouldn't be surprised because, you look at how woke Rooster Teeth's become over the years. I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what they're doing. Because, they got to make a deal with Satan himself to try to stay relevant, even though their company's dying anyways. I mean, even they had to try to justify themselves to Warner Media to try to keep themselves alive. Even then, that doesn't mean that Warner's going to keep them around. And, here's the other thing. With the Transformers series that they produced, mind you, they didn't animate it, they produced and had voice acting. Didn't seem to be favored too much by Gary Chalk. This article is by Bound to Get to Comics. Optimus Primal voice actor Gary Chalk criticizes voice acting performances in Netflix's Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. Well, that doesn't sound like he was too much of a fan, and you'll see what I mean by that. Gary Chalk, the veteran voice actor who provided the voice of Optimus Primal in Beast Wars, was less than enthusiastic about the vocal performances given in Netflix's new Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. Now, I was a big fan of Beast Wars. I really loved it. So Gary Chalk stated, okay, I watched the first episode of the new Transformers on Netflix. He then stated everyone tries to sound like a tough guy, and as a result, they all have the same pace and delivery. Oh, and when you have voice acting, you want range. Oh, so what he said was everyone tries to sound like a tough guy as a result, and they all have the same pace and delivery. Visually, it's pretty good, but I am sorry, the voices were kind of low energy. Yikes! That doesn't sound very good. Chalk, who also provided the voice of Optimus Prime in the Unicron trilogy, which consists of Transformers Armada, Transformers Energon, and Transformers Cybertron, which I really loved Armada. That was a great series. I loved it. Is not the only notable Optimus voice actor to have taken issue with the new Rooster Teeth produced series. Ugh. You see, for an older Optimus Prime, which I remember him the most of anybody else, Gary Chalk, I think, was excellent. I also remember whenever he used to do, announcements for Toonami back in the day. Some of you may remember that as well. Really, really cool. I thought he was a good voice actor. And for him to take issue with this, someone who's, actually been a very experienced voice acting, that doesn't sound very good. So, another person came in here saying, in an emotional moment, Colin also shared his opinion. Somebody else doing Optimus Prime. That hurts. During a panel at the 2020 GalaxyCon Richmond, prior to the mass of events shutdowns due to the thing that I can't talk about, pandemic, original, and iconic Optimus Prime voice actor Peter Cullen, who provided the character's voice in the original television series, and in Michael Bay's cinematic universe, explained that he was being replaced due to Netflix's decision to use non-union voice actors in a move which Cullen believes is destroying the unions from outside. Oh, man, I mean, see, that's disappointing as well, because I don't think he was that bad of an Optimus either. I actually really liked him as well. Then again, out of the Michael Bay verse, I think the original movie was the best one. After that, it just kind of fell off. But, I thought he was still a very good voice actor nonetheless, though. But, yeah, I mean, there's so many problems that's been going on with Rooster Teeth, and this doesn't look very promising in terms of the production, at least, on their half of voice acting for Rooster Teeth. But, when you have, for example, last year, when you had, in March, which wasn't even recorded, layoffs, and then you had 54 people, 13% of the staff of Rooster Teeth being laid off due to, Warner Media and AT&T's debt, which is not doing well, because their debt has increased from what it was last year when that happened, which was $170 billion. Now it's over $200 billion. as of the last recorded note that we know of in terms of how much they are in debt, which is not good. And then, of course, Rooster Teeth announces Jordan Levin as new CEO, major management changes after company laid off 13% of employees, which even he stated that Rooster Teeth basically has limited amounts of what they can do. So, it's not looking good, and Rooster Teeth continues to fall apart. Then again, we also can't forget the one thing that is still continuing to happen, by the way. Let me just let you know, which I hear from insiders. I talk to them every once in a while. And, last year, as we already know, they already had abusive crunch time. They have been abusing their animators, making them work overtime, 100 hours a week, and only a third of their own actual hours, not even the overtime. Only a third of their actual hours are getting paid. It's very disgusting, the work environment that the animators have to go through. It's just horrible. It shouldn't be happening. And Rooster Teeth now going so far as to think that Hollywood's going to save them, and going to delete their own content or put disclaimers in front of content because they deem it as offensive or problematic. It's just going to hurt Rooster Teeth more and lead them further into obscurity until they're no longer a company. All I have to say about this is, Rooster Teeth, get woke, go broke. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media, spread the word, and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow can always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.